I think so too, but I think it's like you just painted it to be like a nice picture. You're like, it's going to be cool because we get to play cool shit that they don't hear. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be corny shit. I think they really like the corn right now.
Well, and we're not talking about the rock band.
I think they really like the corn right now, and I think it's like when he says that and when we think DJ AM, we think like doing cool shit.
Does he mean more just like
but
open
I think
format?
More, yeah, open format, sort of like Journey, sing along. Like as far as I could tell, people out here fucking love that.
I know, and I keep denying it, and I keep pretending that it's not true, and that this is still the land of fucking Slim Thug, but it's not. Let me tell you something about Houston. These motherfuckers love Sean Kingston. And I don't fucking understand how or why. And I don't know if it's happening like that in other places. Did you play in Sean Kingston in Chicago?
Even playing, Play That Funky Music, White Boy, which
ABBA. I've seen people go crazy for ABBA out here. And I want to fucking kill myself. You play it? You better not fucking play it when we play together. Well, you better at least make sure I'm not in the DJ booth.
Well, alright, how right? Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin.
Alright. Yeah. We're live, baby. The Strategy and Dolo Show, back in action.
We're
episode
here.
61, Party with Strategy podcast. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it might be.
Bootleg you bought at the flea market? Thanks for joining us.
I would love to have been alive in the era where you got to sell shit out of your trunk.
I never sold anything out of my trunk. Well, I mean, technically, I transported the CDs in my trunk. So I guess I got it out the trunk, but I didn't like post up in the parking lot.
I feel like I missed out on that.
The closest I got to that was convincing old Asian people at the flea market to sell my CD.
Did they? So, and then it was like on consignment. You came back, or they bought them from you for $3 and sold them for $5.
I bought them. Well, it depends on the people, but some of them were consignment. Most of them were consignment. I was selling them for I think the most I would get was like $5. I'd sell them for $10.
Okay.
I didn't sell many. Maybe like 50. Which is not bad numbers for, your local teenage DJ.
It's a goddamn start. It's more than one.
Being this fucking white kid coming into a flea market trying to sell fucking Screwed and Chopped mixtapes.
White boy. Speaking of famous white boys, did you watch the And One documentary thing on Netflix?
I have not yet.
Did you see it?
No.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Is it good?
You were an And One guy, right?
I was never. Like I'm not physically talented enough to do any.
I mean, like to watch.
Of course, yeah. The mixtape tour, I loved
the mixtapes. Yeah.
Hot Sauce and fucking all those guys.
Yeah, the Professor. The Pussy Professor.
Was it the Pussy Professor?
That boy was getting laid. There's no doubt about it. That boy was deep.
I would have to watch it to really like. I can only remember the one with the big afro. Was that Hot Sauce?
That's a little racist. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he was the only one with the afro.
Hot Sauce. I think he went back and forth between the cornrows and the afro.
Okay.
I think he did. He was trying to let him know he's got multiple styles.
But that being said, that's great marketing because 20 years later, he's the only one I remember because of his fucking hair. Yeah.
No, he was the biggest one. He was the guy for sure.
There was a guy. There was a few guys from Chicago on there, and there was a guy from Chicago on there that was a fucking beast, and I can't remember his name, but I remember like he had like this like dunk that was like so like powerful. When he would come out of it, he would like literally be like running his legs like a bicycle. Like the dude must have fucking snorted a rail before he jumped on the court.
It's definitely possible. I don't think they were drug testing on the And One mixtape.
I'm pretty sure they weren't. I would imagine they didn't check for guns either.
USADA wasn't waking him up in the morning to do piss tests.
Who's USADA?
It's like the people that make sure that they don't use steroids in the UFC.
Oh, okay.
It's like a third-party company to make sure it's fucking. They're like super militant. But
like OSHA for sports.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Speaking of OSHA,
where are you going with this?
Fat Joe.
Yeah, he's as big as an ocean. Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking, to be honest. I didn't really think it was going to connect, but I just wanted to get into the Fat Joe talk.
I'm picking up what you're laying down.
We're out here.
Let me tell you something about Fat Joe. You know how they say you should never meet your idols? It was kind of one of those situations.
It's always bad.
Because it's like, since Bottle's been doing a lot of guest artists and stuff this last year or so, I've got a chance to meet a fair share of people that I looked up to as a child.
Yeah.
Fat Joe being one of them. You know, as a kid, Don Cartagena, like the Jose album, all that shit. Like, me and my boys used to bump those, like, heavy rotation.
This is like
this is
big deal for you.
Yeah, this is pre Ashanti fucking Fat Joe. This is
like dirty, like underground hip hop,
like Flow Joe, like beats. Yeah, like Terror Squad, like the early Terror Squad shit before they came and did Lean Back and shit.
Yeah,
Cuban Links, all that shit, loved it, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking in my head, you know, before you play with the artist, you're like, I'm gonna put together a little crate just so I can like show him some shit.
Yeah, maybe let him know I know what's good.
Which is what I did with Wiz and like played the Max B's and he like responded to it and it was beautiful. It's like out of a movie.
Yeah, I think any DJ would do that. I like that. That's like you're like
you want to show him that you can connect to him without even speaking to him. You're like, listen, I fuck with you. I know the music you like. That's how much I fuck with you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So going into it, I got this attitude, and I had spoke with his people earlier in the day, and they gave me a little set list of what he's gonna play. I'm like ready to do the thing, whatever.
So he didn't have a DJ. You were his DJ,
right?
Okay.
That was the impression I was under.
Okay.
Then he gets there and a guy comes up, his DJ, or not even his DJ. It was 50 Cent's DJ, actually. Cool guy, whatever.
I thought Who Kid was 50 Cent's DJ.
Well, probably not anymore. I think they had a falling out. Okay. This was Chubby Chub. Cool guy. No problem.
Had you heard of him previously? Like,
no.
You know? Okay.
No. So I'm already kind of like, damn, all right, well, I guess it is what it is. This guy's going to DJ for him. That's fine. So I didn't really get to get into my shit. So he's trying to set up, and, you know, per usual.
Doesn't have the expansion.
Can't get it going.
Chord.
Exactly. So I'm trying to help him out here. Eventually got to the point where I'm like, look, man, they hit me up, and I got all the tracks. Why don't you just play it on my computer? He's like, yeah, but I got to play my ones. I'm like, these are the original versions they asked for, but okay, if that's what you want to do, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're trying to airdrop him. Can't airdrop him.
It's in his defense, it's a little scary to play off someone else's computer.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be my first choice.
But if you're just doing a set of 3 to 5 songs,
for sure,
it shouldn't be an issue. Whatever. So then I'm like, all right, we're trying to airdrop him. Can't airdrop him. Then it gets to the point where I'm like, all right, dude, let's just put him on this flash drive. Luckily, I had a flash drive. Put him on the flash drive. We'll put him on a computer. You can play out of it. Boom. It's not even 5 songs. It was technically 3 songs, and he was going to go 2 extra.
Okay.
So he puts them in, and as we're like trying to get my shit set up, Fat Joe walks up, like, "Yo, what's up? Like we got to get going." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe this was just because of the fact that he was like high strung, that like the DJ wasn't ready, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but I reached out my hand to be like, "Yo, we got it going." And now, when you shake my hand, give me your hand, right? What's up, man? Nice to meet you. That's all it was supposed to be, right?
Classic.
Just a classic handshake. Nothing crazy. I don't want you to fucking kiss my finger or nothing like that. Just shake my hand, right? So I reach out. I'm going to be Fat Joe. You be me.
All right.
This is Fat Joe.
Oh, he gave you the fucking
like
fish.
The deadest fish. Not even dead. Like a fish that's been fucking decomposing in the bottom of a fucking trash can for a week. That's the fucking fish he gave.
Sardine, bro.
Bro, the worst. And I'm like stuck in my shoes. Like the music in the background just drops out, and I'm just in this tunnel of loneliness. Like Fat Joe just played me the fuck out.
Yo,
and
I'm booth, playing, everyone can see.
And bro, I'm playing. It's fucking 1:30 in the morning. The club's packed. I'm like hyping up the crowd, and he gave me that shit, and I was like, man, Fat fucking Joe, you son of a bitch.
You want to know what I think happened?
What's that?
I think he came up. I think in his mind, he came up like on some Wiz Khalifa shit. Like he wanted to fuck both you guys up. But then he saw what had happened to Wiz in the DJ community, and I feel like he was like on his way up, that walk up, like that Will Smith walk up where he smacked Chris Rock.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of this DJ.
That whole walk up, he was ready to fuck you guys up, and then he came to his senses. He was like, I remember what they did to Wiz. I don't want that kind of smoke. You know what I'm saying? Wiz had to come do an apology tour.
Well, that may very well be the case. All I know was it wasn't my fucking fault because I was ready to fucking go. And honestly, if that's how he felt, fuck him. Because he should have known that I had the shit. We already established this. I was going to DJ your shit, right? Don't get mad at me because then we can't hook up your DJ shit that you brought.
Now, did you get to have any conversation with him like that? Or was it just he just came up?
No, he
right
gave me the dead fish and I was like, you know what? I'm out.
And then by the time he was up there, the other guy was ready to go. You got him set up.
Yeah.
It was good to go. There was no more shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that kind of sucks. He walked up at like the worst time. Because if he walked up like 10 seconds earlier, you would have had that 10 seconds to be like, oh, we're figuring out, we got it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, that's why let me rephrase my statement. I don't mean fuck him. But
no, fuck him.
No, I mean, but
fuck him.
Here's the thing,
fuck
right?
that guy.
I get it. He was like probably frustrated, like he wanted to go on, and they're not thinking of this, whatever the case is. But like, I don't know if that's what made me think his performance sucked, but whatever it was, after that, I was like, I couldn't even get into any of the songs. I'm just watching like this motherfucker.
Did you watch from the back?
The DJ booth?
You stayed in the
booth?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I mean, he's got three songs. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know. So then by the end of the night, I'm just like liquored up. I feel like I just fucking caught my girlfriend sucking some dick, and I'm like, this motherfucker. All the years I gave you, Fat Joe. It's all right.
Did he dip right after the performance? Didn't hang out and
I mean, he
drink or
went
anything?
and sat down for a second, but like he didn't stay long.
And then it sucked a little bit.
I mean, the performance was nothing to wow about. It was like he went. I felt like he was just going through his things. You know,
he didn't do any like crowd work in between songs or anything.
A little bit. I mean, he did it. He did some shout outs to DJ Khaled's album, the God Did thing, and all that. But I'm like,
did you listen to that?
On the God Did album?
Did you listen to that?
Not great.
I didn't listen to it yet.
It was not DJ Khaled's best work. But everybody's like talking about the Jay-Z verse. Oh my God, Jay-Z's verse is just holy shit. It's cool. It ain't the best Jay-Z verse by any means.
Who else is on the track? Is it just Jay?
I couldn't tell. I think it's like fucking. I can't remember. I know Eminem and Kanye got a
gangbang tracks with.
Well, no, I mean Jay's verse stood out because it's like fucking 3 minutes long, but like it wasn't. I didn't think it was his best fucking verse I've ever heard.
Now, what do you think is Jay-Z's best verse? Just without deep,
a man who has a catalog of fucking probably 800 songs. You're gonna ask me what's the best one?
Without too deep of thought, but just one that comes into your head quick that you know a quote from, something that you think about and you're like, damn, that's a fucking good verse, bro.
I mean, Dead Presidents always sticks out to me as fucking being one of
all right,
one
bro.
of the
You're
greats.
just gonna do that like that?
But that's what I'm saying. You
like
can't
that?
give me any time to think. Like you said, which comes to mind? I'm like, Dead Presidential, politics is huge. Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He rode the beat like a fucking.
And I think it kind of depends on what era you want to go with too, because
he's got so many different dynamics. Like he reinvented himself like 5 times. I mean, honestly, Drug Dealers Anonymous was a fucking crazy verse. With Pusha T?
That's a nice one.
That's like fucking crazy. But like, I'm an old motherfucker, right? So when I think of Jay-Z, I think of like when I fell in love with Jay-Z, and it was like the Reasonable Doubt shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, I personally, when I think about Jay-Z verses that I like, I'm not huge. Like his Reasonable Doubt shit is definitely classic and definitely good. But my favorite Jay-Z is like party Jay-Z. Like, you know what I mean? Like a dope ass verse on a track that you could dance to in the club. To me, that he goes way harder in that.
He's got some great club bangers. Fucking 12 a.m. on the way to the club, all that shit. The fucking shit he did with Freeway.
Even Give It to You. Like even though you think of that song and you kind of think it's corny
it's
right now.
It's overplayed a little bit even to this day.
Know?
But it's a classic.
And the verse is fucking crazy.
Yeah. For sure. No, it's great.
That beat's crazy. Yeah.
Who did that beat? I can't.
It's Pharrell, isn't it?
Is it Pharrell?
Isn't he on the hook? Yeah, it's 100% Pharrell.
Oh, I'm thinking Can I Get a Fuck You? I don't know why.
No. The one that they mix in with the fucking Miley Cyrus loop, Party in the USA, and the Jay-Z song was on.
That one. When you have to think of your favorite Jay-Z verse by referencing Miley Cyrus fucking sampling it.
I'm trying to get you to relate to it. I'm trying to get you to relate to it. I know it.
I feel like we're so far apart now. This is the first time we've not had a guest here in the middle.
No, I think we did one without it.
Did we?
I think so.
Well, I feel like the couch has grown. It's okay, though.
Big couch.
It's okay.
It's a nice couch.
The other couch,
kind of like your couch.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but it's a couch.
It's a nice, big, expensive luxury couch. It's kind of like your couch.
Listen, we're not going to go there because you did have me on the couch game for many years.
I was just on that couch.
That's a great couch.
It's a great couch.
I've probably fucked a couple girls on that couch.
I actually know for a fact you have. I watched it.
Yeah.
And I smelled the spot, actually, when I went home this weekend.
Nice.
Still smells
like dead fish or no?
Still smells good.
Okay, good. No, I mean, yeah, but then, eventually we all have to grow up and buy a fucking nice couch and shit on your boy a little bit. But this is not that one. This thing's lumpy like a sack of potatoes. If you could see in the camera, I don't know. But it's not bad. It's good enough.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done.
Gets the job done. It's like a Jay-Z verse off Reasonable Doubt.
Speaking of getting jobs done, how was your weekend in Chicago? How were the jobs you did there?
It was incredible. I had 4 gigs. Friday night at Tunnel. I don't know if you remember what drinking with the Perez Bros is like, but if you can go ahead and think back on that.
Drinking, as well as other things I've done with the Perez Bros.
Yeah, they like to drink.
I still remember the first time I ever played with them. Well, I probably shouldn't even say that on here because we said their name.
Yeah.
If we could have said it as like...
Yeah, we'll come back to the story with...
another day I'll say it and not say who they are. But yeah, those guys are great.
Love them. I miss those guys. I haven't seen them in the last however many times I went back. 5 times. Like I haven't seen them in forever, but I really only saw Omar, but it was great.
Omar
just brought me back to those fucking boat parties.
Oh yeah.
On the Anita D. No, it wasn't the Anita D.
Or was Anita D Captain what's his name?
What was their boat?
I thought it was Anita D.
It's not Anita D. It's the other one. It'll come to me, whatever. But those fucking boat parties and like just that, probably back to summer 16 a little bit.
Oh yeah, fucking chugging Don Julio Blanco out of the bottle.
Yeah, and I got saucy. I landed at 9 p.m. I went straight to the club. I had to DJ at midnight. I didn't really want to go home or anything. I had brought my clothes to change in the airport. I just fucking put my fresh clothes on, gave it a little Polish shower, went to the club, started drinking, and the brownout started at about 12:30.
That's an early brownout for a place that stays open at 4 a.m.
It's an early brownout, yeah. And really what I remember most is the lights coming on before I was expecting it. And I had so many songs I wanted to play.
Did you just like power set through like the last 5 minutes?
I should have. But the lights came on and I look up and I'm like, it completely took me out of my zone. I was not ready for it whatsoever because, they do them like, if they want to get people out early, they'll turn them up at 1:25.
That's what I was trying to explain to somebody here, but I was explaining it in the opposite way. I was like, man, you know what was the greatest part about Chicago is that every day you get out at like 1:30. You got to get everybody out of the club by 2 o'clock if it's at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like here they're like, yeah, go to 2:10, whatever. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm paid to go to 2 o'clock. Yeah. I'm done at 2 o'clock. I'm doing just enough not to get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, that was nice, but an unexpected early arrival. Not the greatest,
Yeah. So the lights come on. I look up. They're like, all right, cut it. I'm like, damn, fuck, whatever. But then I went and partied at Hush. Lago was DJing. From what I remember, I sort of just did a couple laps, said what's up to people. It just feels good to go home. And this, and it's gonna sound like a big ego kind of thing, but there's more to it than that. It's definitely that, but there's more to it than that. When you go back there and you get like the recognition that you deserve for the years that you put into the game.
Yeah.
It gives you a charge. It gives you a little charge up. It gives you a little motivation to keep going. Like, yeah. Oh, this feeling's awesome. I want to get more of it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And go ahead.
I've forgotten what that feeling feels like. I've been here so long.
It hurt. It sucks, dude. I mean, I know how it feels to be here, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah, they're like, what time's Fawn get up? I'm like, you know what? He's not working tonight, so suck it up.
Yeah, but I think you should go back because you need that, bro.
I do need that. I need that.
Literally, I come back here like better, ready to fucking DJ, excited, happy, like let's get it. Let's fucking grind it out. I want to get that here. You know what I mean?
I need to reach out. See, I'm going to be out there for my daughter's birthday, not this weekend, but the following weekend, but only there for Sunday. And I don't really want to work on the night of my daughter's birthday because it's going to be like a kickback. Like we're going to be drinking all night. So maybe what is Monday night party still the mid or what? Or not the mid? Fucking what? How old am I? Fucking Prism or no?
I think so. I didn't go out on Monday night. But I think it is.
Did you go out Tuesday?
Hush does Monday night as well. I know that. I went out Tuesday because it was dodgeball.
Oh, talk to me about that. How was it comparative to the Houston dodgeball?
Well, it's such a bigger event, and it's much more
established.
It's more established, and it's Chicago industry is a much more friendly, loving industry to the people that don't only work at their own venues, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of other places you go outside of Chicago, from what I've experienced, the industry is like cool, but it's like these kids hang out. It's like prison gangs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like these kids hang out with these kids. That's it. They don't fuck with these guys.
That's the Midtown crowd. We don't fuck with them.
If these guys over here get too big, then maybe they'll join up together, even though they don't really like each other, and
But
they'll try and take him down. It's fucking.
It's kind of disgusting, to be honest.
It's ridiculous.
I miss that camaraderie that everybody had, the respect for everybody in the industry in Chicago.
Yes, dude.
You know, another thing that from watching your story that I realized how long it's been since I've been home is that when I watch the video. Or when I watch the video and I see that I don't know what you say, the landscape, the architecture around the dodgeball tournament, I'm like, oh, this is like in the city. Like, that's what it's like everywhere. There's buildings everywhere. Yeah. But like here, it's like so rare that you see fucking buildings outside of something that's like intentionally man-made, like the building we're sitting in right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not out of just desperation for space.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe. And I kind of miss that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the buildings are holding you. They're like, come on, it's nurturing. You know
it's a special place for sure. And I got a lot of, because people ask me, how's Houston? And then I have to explain to them, like, it's cool, but I don't love it. I love Chicago. And then you always get like well, why aren't you here? Why don't you come back here? And through those questions, I came to this, is that Chicago, even though maybe it's a better place to be at the moment, it's still on a downward trend. Still, Chicago is going down at the moment.
As far as
the crime in the city and the bullshit and the politics and like the place itself.
I mean, the violence has always been. I know it's obviously worse now than ever, but like when you say a downward spiral, is it the morale of the people that you could feel like, oh, things are getting worse than, because you don't. Okay, so like when we live there, right? You don't see on the news every day the real shit that fucking irks you outside of fucking the violence is like fucking getting a ticket every time you fucking sneeze, like motherfucking always some new bullshit that the city like extorts all the people out of that live there, but it never makes it to the news. You know what I'm saying?
And those things obviously still exist. They'll never go away. That's what makes Chicago, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right?
But that it gets worse. It irks you way more when you're living in a city that you can't justify why you're there. You can't, you get these tickets and there's this bullshit and there's hoops to jump through at any opportunity you're trying to chase. And you say to yourself, well, it's fine because I live in this amazing city. It's not that amazing right now. It's on a downward trend. And I'm not saying that from being there. I had an amazing time there.
You're just saying knowing.
It's not something you see or feel in the moment, but I know. You know what I mean? I'm here and I'm there, and I can see what's going on, and I can see
state income tax is pretty nice.
It's just the fact that like Houston kind of got some traction over the quarantine and the COVID shit and all that, and people are moving here. A lot of people coming to Texas. There's things on the horizon more soon than there would be in Chicago. Chicago's on a downward trend right now.
Houston's a little upward.
Exactly. Not to say that it's not going to come back up. It is. It has to. These things happen. Everything goes up and down. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is at the moment. It's going down there. It's coming up here. So I'll sacrifice a little bit and see what we could do over here.
For sure. I mean, my thing is this. Like, the main thing that keeps me, one of the main things that keeps me from going back to Chicago or moving back is like outside of the winters, which I don't ever want to fucking deal with ever again. Yeah, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? And Texas is nice in that aspect. Is the politics and the bullshit that I don't want to ever have to deal with again. Like I don't know how to describe it other than extortion. I feel like every form of life is extorted, from the fucking alderman to the mayor to the fucking governor. It's like everyone's just constantly trying to fuck you. And when it's all you know, you're kind of like, this sucks, but government. And then you get here and you're like, you park and like don't have to pay and like you go through your day, you drive home and you don't feel like you're being fucking harpooned or fucking hunted by a cop to get, or a meter fairy or whatever the case is.
Yeah, and parking's not even a thing. Like, it's a thing in Chicago because it's a real city.
You have to leave 15 minutes early to like plan, where the fuck am I going to park?
Yeah, or you have to say, do I even want to have to deal with parking today?
Yeah.
Do I want to Uber or do I want to deal? It's a thing that you have to deal with. You never leave the house here thinking, do I want to deal with parking? Unless you're going to like a fucking Bad Bunny concert or something. You going?
No, I got to work tonight. Otherwise, I'd be there.
Yeah.
But this is, speaking of work, is my favorite fucking night of the week. And I'm so looking forward to it. Not just the fact that after work I'm going straight to Vegas and I'm going to fucking have a good ass time for the next 5 days.
You're leaving at 6 a.m.?
I'm leaving at 4 a.m. So right after work.
Are you driving?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm flying. That'd be a long drive. I was going to drive and trailer the car, but I don't have the time for it. So yeah. So tonight I'm very optimistic. Good times. I might even play a Fat Joe record. Not his new shit.
Vibe Thursday, baby.
Vibe Thursday.
Let's
baby.
go.
Are you ready for your house music night?
We got mixed signals tonight. I'm extremely ready. I heard some good house music in Chicago.
You got some gems, some unreleased John Summit shit?
I got a couple new little bangers.
Okay.
Couple new toys to show off to the boys.
Did you play house sets while you were out there, or
yeah,
you gave them the mixed signals vibes, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I did as much as I could, but there's only so much house music you can play in a nightclub that's not strictly dedicated to it.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
Attention. Sometimes girls just want to fucking dance a little bit.
People want to hear hip hop.
Now, last time I was there, I was giving the people what they wanted to hear, and management was a little concerned about their safety. Is it still an issue?
That definitely happened. Again, I'm not going to say where at, but that definitely happened. There was a point in the night where you can't help but get the crowd riled up. I mean, that's like, what you want to do as a DJ.
For sure.
It's like when you go to someone's house and they have a dog and you start playing with the dog and he gets all riled up and you're like, yeah, let's fucking have fun. Hell yeah.
And then he bites you.
No, and they're like, don't rile up my dog. Like, he's not, he was just chilling before. Now he's going to fucking be all over the house tearing it up. Don't rile up my dog. That's like how they feel in a nightclub. You want to fucking rile the crowd up.
Yeah.
You want to fucking bring them down to the floor just so that you could watch them fucking go through the roof.
For sure.
And when you do that,
management's like, someone's gonna get hurt and we're not selling any bottles, so stop them from dancing. Honestly, that is a tactic that, and this is a spoiler alert for those of you who don't know the nightlife industry. A lot of these nightclubs are made to prevent people from dancing. They want people to buy real estate in chairs and tables. And I'll say it.
Let's talk about it.
I can't. I don't want to say the name of the place, but like there's one that was eye opening to me. No one confirmed this and said, "Hey, that's why we designed it that way." But I can tell you, they redesigned it specifically in a way that there's no possible way you could dance or get even like a bit of a dance floor in the nightclub. And they're probably one of the most profitable places that Chicago had ever seen, I would say.
Yeah.
In their day.
I know exactly what nightclub you're talking about because there is nowhere to dance there.
Yeah. And ironically, when they changed their name, they really changed it. So, yeah. But
that's the game we're in. That's the game. That's the life we chose. You know what I mean? If we really loved riling the people up more than we loved a nice fucking fat paycheck, we'd be in Wicker Park DJing at Rodan. Exactly.
I can remember a time when I used to envy the Wicker Park DJ scene because I was like, man, these guys are fucking having fun. I would go to like rehab on a Monday night and hang out with the hipsters and wear my little leather jacket and think that I was cool. And I probably looked like a fucking poser. They're like, this fucking River North guy thinks he can just come out here. You don't even know fucking Sepultura, whatever the fuck, I don't know, Crystal Castles. I fucked with it, but yeah, so I would go there and I would really like envy them until I got opportunities to play at these places and realize that all the equipment's broken and fucking you have to chase somebody down for a drink ticket to buy a fucking PBR.
And half your paycheck went to the Uber.
Yeah, and then you're like, man, I could never survive. I'd have to have 6 roommates and fucking snort DMT. Oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah, but I think that you can get a nice balance. You can dip into that market sometimes.
Well,
if you stay, cool with the guys and you attend the parties and
if you look at like the LA scene, like the DJ M was one of the fucking gods of figuring out the balance. DJ Madonna's birthday party and then fucking go DJ at the cool like Cinespace spots or whatever.
He started his own shit.
You know what I'm saying? Or start your own
Banana
shit.
Split Sundays, baby.
Exactly. So that. And in hindsight, that's probably who I was emulating because he was like the guy to me. You know what I'm saying? For nightclub DJs, DJ M was the fucking shit, man.
No,
there was nobody that inspired me more in that realm of like open format nightclub DJing than DJ M by a long shot.
And I saw a tweet. I think it was
Jesse Marco?
Not Jesse Marco. Marco Pena?
Okay.
No. Penta?
We'll go with Pena.
I'm fucking it up. Whatever. He said that he feels like the pre-EDM, early 2000s AM style kind of thing is coming back right now.
I can see it because I'm going to tell you, just playing on dance floors, I find myself playing sometimes those, like tonight. Like tonight is my night to play like throwbacks and like fun music.
Yeah.
And I have to fucking make a night for it because I need to get that out of my system. And I think the crowds are starting to respond to that in a sense. Like, it's still difficult for me, at least, to mix that shit into, like, I don't know if it's just like my brain's programmed to just play Drake over and over and over.
Mine definitely is.
But like, I think the crowds are ready for it because I can see my Thursday nights growing and the reception it gets from people, that they're ready for music outside of what they're programmed to listen to on Rap Caviar and Spotify or something.
I think so too, but I think it's like you just painted it to be like a nice picture. You're like, it's going to be cool because we get to play cool shit that they don't hear. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be corny shit. I think they really like the corn right now.
Well, and we're not talking about the rock band.
I think they really like the corn right now, and I think it's like when he says that and when we think DJ AM, we think like doing cool shit.
Does he mean more just like
but
open
I think
format?
More, open format, sort of like Journey, sing along. Like, as far as I could tell, people out here fucking love that.
I know, and I keep denying it, and I keep pretending that it's not true and that this is still the land of fucking Slim Thug, but it's not. It's not. Let me tell you something about Houston. These motherfuckers love Sean Kingston. And I don't fucking understand how or why. And I don't know if it's happening like that in other places. Did you play in Sean Kingston in Chicago?
Like, even playing, Play That Funky Music, White Boy, which
ABBA. I've seen people go crazy for ABBA out here.
I play
and I want to fucking kill myself. You play it? You better not fucking play it when we play together. Well, you better at least make sure I'm not in the DJ booth.
I'm now, I'm just trying to stay alive out here, and now I'm going back and testing out these records that I deemed in my mind as never, ever play again. Taboo, and they want them, bro. I'm not gonna die out here because these fucking little TikTok DJs aren't scared to play some gay fucking records.
Bro, the TikTok DJs are the word. They're the reason. Have you seen these TikTok mashups? Okay, there's this fucking guy, and somebody probably knows him, was watching this, and they'll probably tell him, "Hey, these guys are talking shit about you." I don't give a fuck. There's this guy, and he's like, he's a TikTok Asian guy, and he's like, when his thing was like, when you never became a DJ till you're like 30 and you're mashing up all your favorite songs, some fucking stupid shit like that. And this guy does the most basic fucking stupid transition blends, like something you would do in an 8-hour set because you just have nothing but time, right? And he's doing them, and like, because he's animated and goes like this in front of the TV or in front of the fucking phone, it makes it look cool. And then he's like, echo out. It's like echo, and then it's like got fucking 500,000 views. Let me tell you something. I know one of the managers at one of our establishments loves TikTok, but the day that he makes us fucking hire this guy, I might have to walk out.
You won't.
I don't know, man. It just really fucking. Am I that old that fucking TikTok just makes me so fucking violently angry? The cringe level on it, but it's like, am I the one going crazy because no one else thinks it's cringy? Everyone thinks TikTok is like this great fucking invention that's gonna save the world, and I really feel like I'd rather fucking put a screwdriver in my ear.
I feel you. I go back and forth. I radiate between each side every day. Sometimes I'm like, I want nothing to do with TikTok. Right now it's deleted off my phone. I don't even want it on there.
Bold.
It's
like that.
It's just too much, bro. I don't want to learn another platform. I don't want to spend time on another platform. I don't want to do anything. Like, it's too much. I fucking hate it. It's worthless. It's pointless. But then I go to the other side where I'm like, this is what they're doing. You either accept it or die. You know what I mean? Like, this is where it's going. This is where we're at. If you do not at least accept it. Start with just accepting it. You can't just
I mean, I've
pretend
accepted
like it doesn't exist. You got to accept it and take what you can from it. If you see this little fucking Asian kid doing dumb shit on there, you gotta say, all right, I'm never gonna do that. But what do they like here? They like these fucking stupid mashups, right?
I can't do it. I can't. I've tried to fucking dumb myself down. And listen, in a lot of aspects, from when I started DJing, I dumbed myself down a lot because I knew that's what you needed to do to make money. Like when I first came in, I was like, I had this like idea that all I want to do is like these intricate mixtapes that had these like secret meanings that people were gonna get, and no one gave a fuck. And I was like, all right, well, that's not gonna work. And then I started playing Drake records, but. There has to be a limit of dumbing it down. And I feel like TikTok is beyond dumbing down. It's fucking retarded.
It's literally making us dumber. You know about the Chinese TikTok, right?
No.
You don't know about China's TikTok.
Well, then you put on a tin hat?
TikTok, throw it on, my boy.
All right, let's talk about it.
TikTok belongs to China, obviously. It's the Chinese.
That's why Donnie wasn't fucking with it.
That's why Donnie wasn't fucking with it. But the version that they give us is a lot different from the version that they have, and it's a double-edged sword. Because
wait, so do you think they're intentionally giving us a version that makes us stupider?
Oh, it's not even a question. That's a fact.
And we're just sucking it up like it's a fucking dick.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the catch-22. If we had their version of TikTok, it would be like un-American. It would be against freedom. Like they have restrictions on their TikTok.
So their TikTok is like kids doing math problems.
Exactly. They serve the kids like science shit, math shit.
And then us, they're like, look at this fucking little guy jumping around. Isn't that fun? And then we're like, no, but like the more I watch it, it's kind of fun, I guess.
So when you think about that, when you think about like, oh yeah, I would want my kid, if my kid's going to be on TikTok, it'd be great if he was watching shit that made him smarter. But do you want the social media companies like that to have that type of control over what you're seeing?
Well, at this point, I'm starting to lean towards the latter because we clearly are too fucking stupid to choose what we should eat and choose what we... Maybe, listen, I've always been anti-communist, and I'm not saying I'm going to change today, but at the way things are going, and they are exponentially going worse, we might need somebody to fucking spoon feed us shit again like we're fucking preschoolers. I don't know.
I mean, well, they are... And you could say that.
But you think this is all by design. You don't think that like we are just fucking making horrible decisions to get us to this place. You think that they're intentionally making it easy for us to make bad decisions so they can say, you need us to make good decisions.
I'm not going to say that it's 100% China's fault. I think I think 50-50.
If that's their design, I think that a lot of other countries, including our own, are playing by the same rules.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like that theory would make the most sense to like why everything is going so bad. And it's like all these things are like stupid fucking ideas. Like almost like the California thing with like them banning gas-powered vehicles by 2035 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the very next day they're like, no one charge your electrical vehicles. And it's like, wait a minute. You're fucking with me. For sure you're fucking with me.
No, that's the difference, right? Is that we have a free society. We are a democracy. We are free.
Debatable.
America, this and that, blah, blah,
Debatable.
blah. So other countries take advantage of that. I'm sure we're doing things in China and other countries and all sorts of shit, fucking Middle East.
Well, we're
doing
all sorts of shit. Is notorious for fucking playing.
But we don't really have the ability to do what they're doing, because everything that goes to the people goes through their government first.
Yeah.
So we can't go on.
We can't manipulate their people.
Manipulate anything. You know what I mean?
Well, I've been saying that Russia was doing this before with the fucking whole election shit. Because
it's not even.
It doesn't take a fucking genius.
This is not a tin hat discussion. This is like very real and factual information.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is that they make it to seem, when you talk about it, like, oh, here goes the fucking wackos with the fucking, conspiracy theories.
We need Joe Maz here right now.
Come on, Joe.
We need Joe Maz.
We need you.
Joe.
Well, first we got to book him, I think, to get him back on here. So I think right now, Bottle's taking a back seat. I think bro. And let me tell you something. Lil Jon,
Oh, how was Sunday?
not great.
Not a lot of people. He wasn't a big draw.
Well, it wasn't even that he wasn't a big draw. He just he wasn't. He didn't really do anything that stood out. Like if you walked in the club and you didn't know Lil Jon was DJing, you might not know that Lil Jon was DJing.
Right. He was just on his DJ shit.
Yeah, and
he wasn't trying to be somebody that night. And I feel that.
I feel that. But
if you're Lil Jon, there has to be nights
where you don't want to say yeah and okay.
And we're not even Lil Jon. We're not even close to Lil Jon.
I get that, but
you know what I mean?
Here's my devil's advocate here. If you're charging that much, and I don't need to say what he makes, but it's a lot. It's a lot more than any DJ that we've ever booked. And I will say that I don't think that anyone from the top of the totem pole to the bottom, as far as the establishment went, thought that he was going to come in and just do a DJ set.
Yeah.
I don't even think the people did. I think anybody that showed up was expecting some sort of performance. And look, I'm not saying he's got to get up there with a fucking big chain and an iced out goblet and fucking do the shit,
Yeah.
But give us something.
But at least be a high energy DJ. Like was he on the mic? Was he fucking high energy?
I mean, he said
people going.
He'd be like, all right, let's get it going.
That's it. Nah, see,
him like standing there. I mean, but here's the thing: the bottle DJ booth isn't particularly like inviting to a DJ who's gonna do a bunch of fucking thing. Like I couldn't imagine if Fisher was there what he would do with that DJ booth because there's not a whole lot of like cool shit. There's not big fucking geysers shooting out of it or you know what I'm saying like.
Yeah,
I don't mean to shit on it, but it's a place for a DJ to stand and play some records, Yeah. But so I'm sure to someone like that who's doing fucking Omnia and clubs like that, when you step into that platform, you're kind of like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I would almost attribute it to going to Milwaukee and playing in one of the lower end clubs there and being like, what the fuck is this?
I could see that. He's probably was a little maybe off put.
Yeah.
And I've been there before. You show up to a gig where you don't play and then you're like,
did you bring your controller? And you're like, whoa.
You had an idea of what it was going to be in your head, and then you get there and you're like, well, what the fuck?
Not to talk shit about Milwaukee. They actually have some great clubs out there.
No,
but I'm just talking about
talking shit. It's real life. You know what I mean? Like there's mega clubs and there's fucking other
bars.
Spots and there's just what it's it's what it is.
And I think Bottled is definitely above like a bar. But
100%.
But if you're coming from playing Vegas day in and day out,
right,
and then you step into there, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
I could definitely see that. But has he? I got to imagine he's played at one of them before. No,
I don't think so. He might have, but I don't recall seeing it on any of the other locations, social media.
Yeah.
So. I don't
well, I played on some fucking shit equipment this weekend. I feel like I had a couple real rough sets. Bro, there is 100% some like batch of 3000s that came out that do not work right. Because I've experienced this multiple times at multiple different places on CDJ 3000.
The same issue?
The same issue where my scratch, it slips. It slips. I'm trying to scratch and the record just starts playing as if I'm not touching it. It slips and it fucks my whole shit up, bro. I can't get into a groove for the life of me.
That would throw me off. I mean, I'm not a big scratcher, but I could imagine if you have like some specific thing you're about to do and then it glitches out, it just throws off your whole thing.
It's like, bro.
And then you're almost reluctant to do some dope shit again because you're like, what if it just fucks up on me and makes me look worse?
100%. So I dealt with that at a spot. And another spot didn't have a fucking effects knob. And I tried learning the space as I go, but you can't just learn.
You gotta
space
really
like to be able to freak something like the way you really want to do it.
Yeah, you gotta know like the parameters of how far you need to pull it and everything else. Did you try putting a starburst on it?
I didn't try the starburst thing. I didn't have any.
That I when I think back to Chicago, I do remember a lot of times where you would have to use a starburst. To get the fucking mixer to work. That was kind of a thing out there.
I've played on a couple starbursts, couple pink starbursts.
But here's the thing. I think the difference is in Chicago, there's so many DJs on the circuit that are like playing the same places. So it's like you might have like 4 different DJs come in each night to each different place. Where here it's like all about residencies more or less, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. The equipment gets.
If somebody fucks up equipment here, you're like, that was fucking Rectic. Rectic, I had to say it because on his birthday he spilled something on the mixer.
Nice. Did we get a new one?
Fuck no.
I'll thank him right now.
Our fucking light tech, he likes to take his time with things. Yeah. Every week he's like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, it doesn't. It seems to be working now. And then I'll come in and the fucking cue point. So just to let you know, when you go in Friday, channel 2, your cue. Well, you don't use headphones, so it won't affect.
Headphones? What are those?
You remember what those fucking old guys used to wear?
It's like playing records.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having needles.
Which, by the way, I just fucking talked to Kaz, and I got a fucking record night coming. All vinyl, baby.
Hell yeah. What's
6 hours. Yeah.
You don't even have 6 hours worth
bro,
of
don't
records.
Fucking don't come at me. Don't not in front of the people.
Maybe
bro. You could fuck with me like that when people aren't around, but they don't know.
You could maybe do an hour and a half if you let every song play from start to finish.
Are we talking about cassette tape? I might have enough cassette tapes to do that. No, I got more than enough 45s to do a 4-hour set.
How many crates is 6 hours worth of records?
Well, now here's the thing, right? I'm a tactful DJ. So I definitely have enough to play singles, right? 12-inch finals, whatever. And I'm going to bring I'll probably bring 6 crates, right? Just so I have a little bit of variety. But here's what they don't know.
You're going to take some pre-workout before your gig?
Well, that, among other things. But what they don't know is compilation records are very key. Because I could take a compilation record that has maybe 12 old school jams, right? And throughout the night, I could keep revisiting that compilation record to get another track. Or a compilation record that has maybe like 22 great hip hop songs, and I could maybe use one now and one a half hour later. No one really knows unless they're fucking bird watching what records you're pulling, but no one gives a fuck.
Of course. Who would even know? I mean, in this day and age, they're not even going to know what you're doing.
Yeah, they probably don't even know they're playing records. That's why I'm doing it on the floor right next to everyone with my crates, so they'll be able to say, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, it's more like, because this night is throwbacks and I have it seems right. But
it's also a flex. That's a flex. You should fucking put that on your gram. You should make sure motherfuckers know that you came to Houston and you fucking brought your goddamn records.
I did bring my records. I have a room that's just dedicated to records.
I think that you should definitely flex on motherfuckers with that.
I will be flexing on motherfuckers, in fact.
I think that's a strong flex.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. I'm really excited for it.
I mean, I see pictures of myself in front of that fucking controller, and don't get me wrong, that is hands down my favorite piece of DJ equipment I've ever played on.
The 1000?
Fucking 1200s to CDJs to Rain mixers, all that shit. The
SRT 1000 gets it right.
That SRT 1000 is the most perfect piece of equipment. But when I see pictures of myself in front of that thing,
you look like a fucking college DJ.
I look like a fucking clown, bro. They need to fix that.
They need to make it bigger and bulkier.
They need to do something about that ASAP.
You know, and that's the crazy thing. So when I first started, I was on a Newmarks, because that's all I could afford at the time. But I always wanted the TTXs, so I saved up the money. Eventually, I got the TTXs, which were like the top of the line Newmarks. They could do like reverse, and you could adjust the pausing speed, and it was like the shit. It had digital readout. The motherfucker could even do key lock, so you could like pitch shift it on a record, and it would put it in key.
It ran it through like something in the internal.
Yeah, it had like internal. It sounded a little distorted. It wasn't as good as the Serato, but to do that with a vinyl record was pretty fucking legendary, right?
That's crazy, yeah.
So I got these things and they're fucking heavy, and I'm like coming off the 1650s where they're just cheap plastic pieces of shit, belt driven, whatever. Yeah, it might have been direct drive, but anyways, this is quartz driven, whatever. So I'm like, it's heavy. It's like a fucking 1200, like this is fucking real gear.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, that the only reason it's heavy is because they put lead weights inside the turntable, so people would think that it's a more valuable piece of equipment.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. So that being said, maybe Pioneer needs to take note of that and fucking make those controllers a little heavier.
Wrecked, bro. Just make it look cool. It looks like a toy. I look like I'm
all the fucking
in front of my mom in the living room, and she's like, cheering me on and telling me I'm going to be great someday.
Should keep at it, sweetie.
I see pictures of myself with that thing. I got my shirt off and shit. I'm smoking a joint. I just look like the biggest fucking loser with this piece of equipment in front of me.
You know who doesn't look like a loser? And I just saw this on a Road podcast highlight. Did you see Anderson .Paak was doing DJ sets with records? I'm sure he couldn't mix two of them for his life. Not that he's not an extremely talented musician, but
kid's a drummer. I got to imagine.
I'm sure he could keep tempo,
mix.
but like to play vinyl, you have to really like understand. Maybe he does. It said that he was carrying somebody else's crates. I've seen back in the day other
kid's nice on
DJs. I'm not saying he's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking shit about him like that. I'm just saying for him to just jump in the game playing records. Yeah, he's probably just kind of playing records.
He has like an alter ego DJ.
DJ Pee Wee.
DJ Pee Wee.
And I think that's fucking genius because like to this generation who like just stick in thumb drives and go with it.
Yeah.
This guy fucking shows up with his wig on and his glasses, looking like he's from the 70s, playing actual records. People are just fucking mind fucked. It doesn't even matter if he can't transition them. Not saying he can or can't. I haven't heard him, but I'm imagining he probably can't. It wouldn't even matter because you'd be like, holy fuck, Anderson .Paak is playing records in the fucking Met Gala. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's tight. To be like more of a selector. And
I'm sure it's more
cool
along
records
that
like reverbing out of one and getting into the next. Even that is a skill in and of itself.
For sure to know what the crowd wants and when they want it.
Yeah.
But also, I'm sure that like I would imagine, and I don't know, I've seen other celebrity DJs that didn't even talk on the mic, but I'm imagining he probably gets on the mic and says something cool. He's a cool motherfucker.
He's pretty cool.
He's cool as fuck.
He's like the definition of like a cool black guy who just like does and says cool things.
Bro, when he goes up there just for the fucking for his like third award, and he's like, "This is what we call in the industry a clean sweep." And I was like, "Man, this guy's fucking cool. This guy's so fucking cool. I'd give him my car just because he looks better in it than me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I strive to be as cool as that guy every day. Yeah, and it never really happens.
It's never gonna happen. But you know, you got to shoot for a star, land on, or shoot for the moon, land on a star.
Yeah, something like that. Man, there's so much more I wanted to tell you about Chicago, but we got to fucking wrap it up. I got to take a piss.
It's time to wrap it up like a condom and a prostitute.
It's time to wrap it up.
Wouldn't you use
for some people?
Oh yeah.
What?
Wait, have you ever fucked a prostitute without a condom?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Of course not. I mean, for a while, I only exclusively used condoms. For like,
that's right. You were a big condom guy.
Long run of my sexual career, I was like terrified of STDs, and
that's probably for the best condoms. Because I'm sure some of those girls, you never know what they could have had.
Daddy's making up for it now.
You're making up for missed time. Wait, did you get any pussy when you were in Chicago?
I did.
Let's
I
talk
did
about
get a little bit of pussy. It felt like the good old days. There was, you remember when girls used to fuck me just to get mad, just to get back at their ex?
Oh, I remember. Like, it got me mad.
Like I'm fucking strategy because he's the biggest scumbag, and I want you to know that I slept with the biggest scumbag.
Because they're gonna see it on your Snapchat. Because you're gonna show your bird on their butt. How was Nate Dogg? Did you get a chance to see him?
I didn't see him, but there was that energy.
Okay, they're back.
They're like, into it.
There's nobody in the city that's a scumbag. Other than fucking Lori Lightfoot,
I knew instantly this girl was hitting me up, and I really hope she doesn't watch this.
She knew what she was doing.
She was hitting me up like in the DMs on Instagram and shit, and I knew it. Like before I even got to the club, I knew what was up. I'm like, this girl wants to smash for sure. Something triggered this. Like I know this girl. I've seen her a million times. She's never acted like this, and like something's going on here.
For sure.
Go to her page. I look. No more pictures of her boyfriend.
Oh, she's
boyfriend's
ready.
Gone. So they were just posting together not long ago.
You did the good deed and
boyfriend
gave her some artillery for her to fire at him in an argument.
I mean, if not me, it's someone else, bro. I'm not gonna lose. You're gonna get mad at whoever fucks your girl after she leaves you.
It's natural. I'm
not scared to be that guy.
It is what it is.
Daddy's home. I'm sorry.
It is what it is. Did you see that picture? It's like a meme that went around where this girl like caught her boyfriend got somebody pregnant, and so she like FaceTimed him while she was getting fucked, and the guy's like, and he screenshot because you see like the guy like watching it, it's like what the fuck, and the other guy like holding the girl by the throat. It was painful to watch.
I did not see that.
I cried for him a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, at least it's not that.
Yeah, it could be worse. That's what I'm saying.
Could be worse for sure. But yeah, it was fun. You got to go home, bro. A lot of people asked about you. Everyone asked me where you were at.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be
go
back there.
fucking back there. It's such a good recharge, bro. You see people that you fucking forget even existed, and you see them, and it like sparks a memory about that last drunken time at 5 a.m. you were with them, and whatever happened. Like it's incredible.
For sure. No, I'll be back there. Not this weekend, but next weekend for my daughter's birthday. I'm gonna go out at some. I'll go out Monday. Just pop up on everybody.
Yeah, you gotta go fucking. You should gather a crew. You should hit everyone up and let them know. Be like, I'm coming
the
home.
Blues Brothers.
We're
putting the band back together, baby.
Hit up Heavy. I forgot to do that this time. I didn't hit everyone.
Heavy will be in town this week.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll see him. And all right, I gotta piss so bad. It's unbelievable. I can tell you, episode 61. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a little comment, like, subscribe to the page. Let us know what's good. Give us your anything. Just hit the keyboard. I don't want it to even make sense. Just fucking one of those.
Yeah, give us an FJH
and just help us out on the algorithm. That's all we need. Just fucking a little. Yeah. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Let's go, champ. I gotta go stop it.
I'm gonna do like that doot Nardwire shit.